Here's the difference is that I'm asking you a question and you could have said yes or no. Like, and if it was still the case, you'd be like, yeah, well, you're the last, you're like, I see that you have a different connection with other people than I do. Like, I never asked you to use the veto on me because, like, there would have been no reason for you to use it. I knew you were campaigning to keep Kemi versus me. Like, I knew all of these things, and it didn't really, like, upset me in a way because I knew you had a different relationship with people. But, like, for you to look at me in the face and say, like, that you would never do it, and then me still hear my name, and you have those, the reasonings for it is purely because I'm not talking in the way that connects with you, like, that I'm not even aware that is bothering you, and I'm not even saying it in a mean, spiteful way. Like, I'm literally saying it like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Like, you could be, I envision you playing with your kids, and like, this is how I'm talking, and you're like, oh, you're calling me a, this, and you're offended. Then I would prefer that you say, hey, like, the way you talk to me is offensive, so that I know that I don't talk to you that way. Because then I just keep on trying to connect with you, and you don't like the way I'm connecting with you, and you're just like, there she goes again, like, trying to emasculate me or trying to, sucker punch me into like saying these stupid things again that make me uncomfortable. Like, if that's the case, then that's the case, what I mean?
Right. But also, like, since it's your personality, I don't want to shoot you down either. And then, like, we never talk at all because you'd be like, well, I can't say anything.
To me, it's not about, everybody has a different personality, and you realize that as you get to know each other. But I would never want to say something that feels offensive. Like, for you to put me up and say, because you are offensive to me and talking to me, and I don't feel comfortable if that's the reasoning that you would put me up, I would be completely, in a sense, blindsided. Because, like, that's not at all like how I talk to you or try to talk to anybody here. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I'm just trying to navigate my own way and trying to figure out, just like everybody else.
Hell yeah, we all are.
Trying to trying to figure it
This
out.
game is impossible to navigate.
Like,
trust me.
And I'm 1,000% for me. Like, I feel like I'm 1,000% honest in how I feel and what I do and how I vote, and in all aspects. Like, I don't want to be portrayed in any other way.
Right.
So, like, I would never want to hear, like, there she goes again, like, making fun of me for this and making fun of me for that, and then making it seem like I knew about your mole and are still, like, attacking you, or
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh every time.
Like, or I don't know. It's a
No, I know, because you definitely didn't mean it that way. It was probably just like a culmination of a bunch of things that he was harboring, and then that was just like the boom.
And I get it. Like,
this
is also like a cultural difference. Like, I know I'm kind of like a little bit like
louder
me too.
And oh, trust me,
the ways that I talk. Maybe
I don't have
culturally,
a filter.
Like, as much as I try not to.
It's building resentments, right? So one thing shows up, and then you start to build resentments, and you don't communicate to it. And I think we all have little resentments that we each build up about everybody's little things. Like, I can't even begin to go in.
It's so important, I think.
I resent each and every one of you in your own ways. I really do.
But no.
Yeah, that's what Zach said.
All your guts.
I hate all of you.
But, like, I do get it.
I think it is important going forward, though, so that, like, we don't harbor things. We just, like, if something offends us or whatever, like, even me, like, if something that somebody says bothers me, I'm going to be like, okay, like, too much. Like, you know what I mean? Or I think it's important because everyone has their own thresholds. Everyone has their own delivery. Everyone has their own, boundaries. So, I guess it is important to, even in a crazy game like this, we are still emotional people and feelers, and we should just always be able to tell each other when
communication.
This game is hard.
I
horrible.
definitely
I love
be
it, but
able
it's
to do
horrible.
that and not talk as if, because even when I talk and I say things, it almost sounds defensive, and it's because I speak with a lot of passion and point, and like,
Yeah.
and so like, I don't even want you to think that I'm like, oh no, because
Oh,
that's
no.
how I talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, I know that.
But
it's
it's also
not
really
me.
shitty to hear somebody say something to you one day and then you hear something completely different on another day. In other defense. So I was
Right.
talking about resentments on one side and then something started happening in it. But no, from your side, like to hear that, it's
No, I would.
buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's something
Like,
that
your
I
Like I would
frustration's
rather
well
someone just
warranted.
tell me straight up, like,
Your
you know, you're not my
frustration's
favorite
super well
person.
warranted,
Like, yeah,
dude.
you
Like-
know.
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, but wouldn't that hurt someone's feelings hardcore? Because like if you were to think everything is fine, and then I was like, Jess, can we talk? Like the stuff you say to me, I really don't like it.
Yeah,
and
then
you'd be
yes.
like, why?
Or not
And then
even
wouldn't
just
it be
that. Maybe
weird
not
after
tell
that?
them I would never put you up.
No,
Oh.
Like just
I
omit that part.
No, there was
Big
a
brother.
there was a moment in time where I
True.
was talking with Sis, and there were a couple people in the room, and I was going through we always talk about like what could potentially happen. Oh well, it would make more sense if this happened to this, and then I had Sis was there, and I said Sis's name, and I was like, this would make sense, but like I don't think that would happen. And then I literally realized that what I said came off insensitive, and I pulled Sis to the side and I said, hey, I just caught myself saying something like out of my mind. It sounded so insensitive. I did not mean to say that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to take it the wrong way. Like, I love you. Like, that's not. And she's like, oh no, I didn't even get it that way. So I am aware that some of the things that I say can come off in a, like, can make people think something differently. I, as a person, would prefer that you do sit me down and be like, I didn't like how you said that. Because, I mean, I've heard people call each other, like, bitches and skanks and, like, all of this stuff, and it doesn't seem like it would offend anybody. Right. But in my process, like, it would offend, sometimes it would offend me. So if I'm, like, hearing all of these people, like, and I know it's on an individual basis, you know what I mean? But if I'm saying something that I truly do not even realize that is hurting, that is hurting you, then yeah, or that it bothers you.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Before I leave? First of all, I love both of y'all. I love everyone in this room, but y'all are both true friends.
And still resents one thing about each and every one of us, I'm sure.
But very equally. But, I get communication is so important, but I also understand that we're playing a game where you don't want to say anything that makes someone else think less of you or think that there's a relationship that's less than it was. Every single word I say and everyone else in here, you worry about, good or bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fault anyone for trying to weigh one way or the other in terms of what they say or don't say. Everyone has to make their own decisions about what you bring up to other people, and it's
Very well put.
We're all playing this
true.
game,
Yeah.
and so I
So
don't.
true.